Welcome to the Locked Up RC Monday night live stream. I am your host, Patrick Norton. Tonight we have part 7 million of the Axial SCX10-III. We're going to start on electronics tonight. Hopefully everything turns out well. Hope you like the show. And I'm off my game tonight, people. Way off it. Okay, let's see. This thing again. Anyway, so electronics on this truck. First of all, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome back. Had some, I don't know what you want to call it. Basically, I accidentally deleted all of my settings in our video broadcasting software. Not all of them, most of them. So I just spent an hour trying to get them back. Some things are not going to look right because I could not get them to look as nice as they used to. I hope the mic sound is okay. It's harder for me to read your comments now because, yeah, it's that kind of night. I got a haircut though, so that was nice. You know, I'm trying to get all the dog hair off of this. I am trying to put electronics in this truck, and you know, there's a lot of different options that you have in here, and I'm gonna have to do something else with these comments. You guys are just gonna have to bear with me here. I'm gonna have to tweak a setting, which is gonna be we're gonna have to chop this part out when we go to YouTube, because I gotta be able to read what y'all are saying. Let's see. Oh boy. Let's finish this tonight. Oh god, I would love to do that. I would. Let's see. Well, we don't want to end it. That wouldn't be good. Let me see. I'm going to make this big enough that I can actually read what you guys are typing. Then I'm going to slide this over here. Like so. Stream is titled AX10. That's the kind of night this is. Man, my brain's fried. I spent all day in the sun yesterday working on some solar stuff for the wife's chickens. I mean, literally baked in the sun all day yesterday. And today I find myself a little bit dehydrated because it's like 100 degrees in Texas. Went on a walk with her this morning. She went off to work. I went off to work. I thought everything was fine. Somewhere around 2 or 3 today, I just basically wiped out. So I crashed, exhausted. Yes, the stream is titled AX10-III. That's even better. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to put the original Axial Scorpion axles on our SCX10-III chassis. No, we're not doing that. I'm going to try to make some things look better. I will probably make them look worse somehow because that's what happens. Let's see. Sound is good. Great. Stream. I don't think I can change the title now, can I? Let's find out. We're just gonna. Oh, maybe we can. We can. Thank you, America, or something. I don't know. Man, I got nothing. Let's see. SCX10-III. Let's do it that way. If I hit save post, is it gonna? It's gonna like, post the whole video. I'll have to start over. Okay, I can read your comments over there, so that makes it a little bit better. Hey, Ethan, I hope you're... I don't know, what class are you in? Math? English? Who knows? The other thing that I changed slightly, which may not even be apparent for you guys, is this portion over here. I don't know where you guys would see. Let's see. Can I make my mouse? This. I have this. I forget. Technology. This portion over here, I have also changed. I'm trying to see how it looks. It actually doesn't look bad. For you guys, it's a little weird looking for me because of the way my screen is cropped. Not that y'all care about any of this, because none of this has anything to do with the matter at hand. Can I make that better? Can I read? Oh yeah. Well, this may actually work out better. Sometimes things blow up on me and they work out better. Seriously though, we have this truck, the Wheelie King. So. You know, I ordered some electronics for the truck, as as some of you may know. I decided to go with this Savox servo because I've heard good things about them. I've never actually run one of these myself, so this will be a good test. I've got the good old standard AX55. And before you say, oh, why are you doing a 55 turn motor? Because it's a 2-speed and because I like to crawl. I don't go fast with things like this, usually. What else did we order? I ordered a receiver. We'll talk about this in a second. And as recommended in the Axial instructions, I ordered the Spektrum SCX10-III micro metal gear servo that I have heard so much about. No, I haven't. Yeah, actually, no, I've heard bad things. So, while I was putting together the electronics for this, I thought I was going to try to get a Hobby Wing ESC. They're waterproof. I thought that would be nice. It would help me space things out. But, you know, I have 2 of these old FXRs here, and I actually really used to like these when I ran them. The potential issues are that these are of questionable age, and I ran these in my, like 10-pound chunk of metal original SCX10. So they've got some mileage on them, but they might be fine. The problem, of course, being that they're not waterproof. I don't really know if I'm going to dunk this rig or not, but I thought, you know, it would be nice to have that as an option. I don't know how well this servo would hold up to water, and yes, you would need 2 of these if you're doing the 2-speed and the dig, which I am. So I ordered this receiver from Futaba, and it's got 7 channels because my radio has 7 channels. So I figured, hey, what the hell? But you know, I totally brain farted. Here, let me show you guys what we're working with here. So, what I really wish Axial had made this electronics box just a little bit bigger, not just for me, but for everyone. And here's why: because I cannot fit this Futaba receiver in there. Is it a big receiver? Oh hell yeah, it's big. I mean, it's not, you know, AM crystal big or anything, but it's not small. It's not going to fit. So I'm going to have to get something different in there, or I'm going to have to build another waterproof box to put this in. So we'll see what happens. I just found that out right as I was trying to fix my settings. So that bums me out a little bit. What's the other issue I've run into? Oh, so I thought, well, if I can't use this box for my receiver, and since I don't have a waterproof ESC floating around, I mean, I've got some, but not just for this type of stuff floating around, I thought, hey, these little guys are small. I'll slap this in there. You know what? I've measured, and I can't figure out how to get this in there with the cap without doing some really interesting things. Not to mention that, you know, then I'm going to have power wires running through. And this is, look, they did a nice job with this little, you know, grommet for servos. So I really feel like I want to get my receiver in there. So that means, I'm not going to use one of those FXRs. That's fine. So I'm going to have to circle the wagons and figure that out. Now, as I was doing my research for the servo, I ran across a lot of people that are using this servo that are having problems with them just not lasting more, like some people 5 minutes. I don't know. There is a lot to be said for correctly setting endpoints. I'm not blaming anyone if they're blowing up their servo running this. There's a lot to be said for that. There is also a lot to be said for shifting on the fly, right? So even with the servo saver setup that Axial offers, if the thing is just tweaking out the whole time because you've shifted into second gear or first gear or whatever, and you're not moving and the teeth can't engage, I could see that it would burn up pretty quickly. Absolutely. So that is something that you really want to, if you're building one of these trucks, try to shift on the fly, right? So be moving when you're shifting. That's not always possible. I know with comp trucks and digs, sometimes I'd shift all over the place. That's a comp truck. If you're using this just for leisure, just for fun, if you're going to use the dig or you're going to use the 2-speed when you're shifting, shift on the fly. You will be happier later. Trust me. Having said that, after talking with a couple of people, I poked around and I came across, and we sell Reefs servos, so it's not, crazy for me to think that I want to use this. I came across these Reefs RC 99 micros. Hey, you know what? The box looks fantastic. From what I've read, these things are doing very well in these trucks, and people are much, much happier. Yes, this is more expensive. I don't remember the street price. I will say that given what I've seen, the reviews on this versus this, I think it's probably worth the money to put a nice servo in that application. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have 2 of these, and I will tell you right now, I tried to order these to carry them, and our distributor was out of them. So I actually contacted Reefs and said, hey, I want to get a handful of these things, and I'm going to try them out, and we're gonna sell some. And they were nice enough to send these to me. So know that whenever I go to do our review of micro servos, I have a couple of other micro servos that did not get here in time. I'm going to do a full review of all of the micro servos I can find to see what's actually going to last. I mean, voltages, all that stuff. We'll put up some charts. I'm also working on building a servo tester. And I don't just mean something that will test function. I want to know the actual true torque output of servos. And I've seen some other people build some test rigs, and there's nothing wrong with them. Mine's just going to be a little bit different, using some perhaps more industrial stuff. We'll see. Anyway, either you guys are really quiet or the comments are not scrolling. The comments are not scrolling. Damn you. Latency check. Oh, yeah, sorry. I wasn't reading comments. Yeah, it's all spacey today. So anyway, so we've got these things. I'm not going to put this in because I'm not. I will say, specific to this truck, Axial sends this whole servo saver setup with these springs and everything like that. Since I don't even have 2 of these, so I don't know. Is anybody else running these? Or some servo that's not this? Because it really seems like Axial is pushing people to run these Savox servos because this has the included piece required for the servo saver. I don't know. I'm thinking if I had to put a servo saver on one of these and not the other, maybe I'd put it on the dig and not the 2-speed, because I at least feel like if I'm shifting from first to second or vice versa, I'm probably going to be moving. Whereas with the dig, I could see myself probably be more inclined to be playing with the dig while I'm not moving. That's just my thoughts. I hope that all made sense. Woo! Why are my comments not auto scrolling? Oh, see, now I'm just messing up all sorts of stuff. It's madness. What are my thoughts on the Boom Racing Pro Builder Series wheels? Hey, Jake, by the way. I don't have any thoughts on those, Steven. I've never seen them. I know nothing about them. We sell our own wheels. Is there something I need to know? I don't know. Adjusting. I just wanted you guys to look at my arm. Just adjusting something up there. If there's something I need to know about those wheels, tell me. But we sell our own wheels. They are beautiful. This is a set of our wheels that was custom anodized by Travis Bateman and Bateman Custom Coatings. We've got a whole website. Wheels, rings. They're good stuff. Most of the guys that watch this stream will probably tell you that our wheels are nice. I can't talk tonight. Maybe because it's been a little while since I've done this. So we're 15 minutes in and I haven't gotten jack shit done. I'm going to start at the beginning where all things start. I'm going to start with the I just did something. Well, Sean, I'm going out on a limb, putting my faith in you that you've got endpoints definitely adjusted correctly, and that you may not be sitting there with it shifted, not on the fly. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain that. America. So let's see. Is Ben in here? Did he check in already? I can't remember. Yes, Ben's in here. Ben, I wanted to do I was actually going to do kind of a flash coupon kind of thing tonight, because I haven't done that in a while. But since I had all the computer issues, I spent, an hour just trying to get this up and running. One thing that I do have that I guess I can give you guys. So I have 4 different things. So this hey, look, Reefs sent me some stuff, okay? If you guys like Reefs servos, so I've got one of these patches, right? So on patch, put it on your bag, and I've got 3 decal sheets. If anybody wants one of these, let's see, what's the best way to do this? I don't know. Place an order and say, give me some Reefs stuff, whatever. Whatever we have left, we'll send. That's how it works. The wheels are different in the way of being able to change the offset of the wheels, plus being able to get them in different colors. I've been following your content for a while and definitely enjoy your wheels. I definitely want to purchase a set of your wheels. Oh, well, thanks, Steven. Yeah, I haven't seen the boom wheels. I don't know. They're different in the way of being able to change the offset. You mean versus hubs and I don't know. I will send me a PM or something. I'll look at them. I don't know. I haven't seen them, so I don't have any thoughts. And God, I already get distracted enough as it is. So I probably should rearrange the stuff that's down by my feet, because that's we're not getting shit done tonight. See, Sean, I knew it. It's because you're smart. We're gonna put the steering servo in. So I'm going to go back. I'm gonna have to do like oh Jesus, I need a drink. I really need a drink. Do you think like DoorDash will deliver up here? We need to find the page that we're on. When I said I'm gonna go back, for some reason, I don't know if any of you guys will even remember this, the old Saturday Night Live skit and movies, Wayne's World, and they do the I can't even do it right. That's what I feel like I need to be doing. I don't even know what I'm looking for. The motor? Well, I'm gonna solder on the motor. I prefer to not solder in the truck if I don't have to, and since I don't have the speed control, I'm not gonna do the motor tonight. So this is gonna be like an hour of me just putting in a couple servos, basically, and answering your questions, because it's been a while. Yeah, I saw that 777. That's a I don't have any Reefs t-shirts, Ben. Sean, I saw the 777. I only run our winches, so I don't only run our winches, but for the most part, that's what I like to run. Which actually we've always got new stuff coming out. At some point, things will be new and whatever. You'll know about it because you're in the team page group, whatever. Secret group. Oh no, I mentioned it. It's like drizzly.com. What? Will they deliver upstairs in my house? I mean, that's what I really need, is someone to just come up here at night when I'm in bed and tired and I need, no, that's a terrible idea. Drizzly. Booze delivery. I grew up in New Orleans. I got really used to just drive through daiquiri places, which, yeah. I don't remember what the rule was. If the straw didn't puncture the plastic top yet, then it wasn't an open container. They deliver. Splendid. Okay. So distracted. You guys are bad news. Where do I'll just leave it there. Shoot. Bam. Okay, this servo. It's funny because as I open this box, I think back to the days of long ago Man, Sabox sends a shit ass ton of stickers with the servo. Like, I really need everyone to know that I'm running this Sabox servo desperately. It's already pretty bright. I mean, I don't mind. It's kind of a, what is that? What would you call it? Copper, orange, whatever, something. It's there. Got lots of arms. They don't send a metal one. This plastic one looks fairly heavy duty, but I will have to cut it down. Something I'm sure you guys are all used to. Extra hardware, whatever. Servo. When was the last time somebody used one of these? Seriously, I don't. The little rubber. I don't even remember what you call them. I'm brain dead. Remember? Nobody uses those. Why are they still sending those? It's like one guy out there that's still got like his first freaking like falcon or a grasshopper or something. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I went and covered the instructions. Okay. Am I going to be able to get this servo in without taking a bunch of stuff apart? That is the question. I am going to need some parts. Let's see. We need this. Which way does it go? It's going to go up like this. So we're going to mount the servo. I don't see exactly which way. I'm assuming this is the front up here. Yep. Okay, so we will mount our servo to this. Yeah. The rubber isolators are mission critical. I haven't used a rubber isolator in like 100 years. Oh God. No, I literally just throw them away. I mean, just no. I won't. I will never ever use another rubber isolator. You can't make me. Crap. Is this going to be another one of those things that oh, there was other stuff that I told myself I was going to tap for M3 and I didn't. What was this? Haha, still haven't done it. Tap. I even wrote it up here. Shit. Yep. It's ridiculous. What's going on up here? That freeze? No. I don't know what's happening. Isolators. Yeah. We need some parts for some things and some stuff. Okay. These are my screws to get the servo mounted. Gee, I guess I should put that in first. And why would I bring my calipers over here? Why would I do that ahead of time? Spare isolators? It's not one of those things that I stock up on. I just chuck them. I don't know. I guess maybe someone out there would want them. Let's see. M3x10. Perfect. Okay. So I don't know if it's going to be easier to get this in before, or I'm guessing. Well, wait a second. I want to make sure I am understanding these instructions correctly. I am. Okay. You know, I've had issues with stuff and things. Don't like to put things in backwards and then have to take them out. Especially given how fun it's been to force some of these screws to go home. Well, I guess that answers that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this in. Man, it seems like I should though. Without actually taking off this cross member, which sucks. It seems like it should though, but it's just not straight. Maybe if I start it, it will straighten itself out. Guess we're gonna find out. And getting the actual servo screwed down may be different. I guess I could do this so you guys can kind of see what. No, then I'm using my left hand. Can't have that. Which I know you guys are constantly harassing me to get an electric screwdriver up here. I finally ordered batteries for my old DeWalt cordless that is going to live up here in the future. So you guys can stop making fun of me. Oh crap. Am I gonna have to take this off? Oh wait. No, maybe not. Nothing. Everything's fine. Nothing's going on there. That's not a horrible sound or feeling. So I should have 4 of these nice pancake head screws to put the servo in, which, you know, if you were following along building this all along, you would have put these in long ago. I just didn't because, you know, spare M3 taps. Yeah, I do have those. Man, I am definitely going to need an extension. Yeah. I mean, that would never work. You know, if it was spun the other way, it would, but then all of my steering geometry would be garbage. So I guess I'll have to get a little servo extension. Why is this stuck on it? It's like that, huh? All right. It's about to get real in here. Really nasty. Well, that's interesting. Let me see. So I'm noticing as I'm trying to put my servo in, it's crooked because it is butting up against this screw, which means I put the wrong screw in somewhere along the lines. But I was pretty sure I was super careful with that. So we'll have to go back and check. Anyway, got to get the servo in. I mean, yeah, I have to have the shock mount attached too. Let's see, that is this XA144, which is supposed to be M3x8. And it is. So I put the correct size screw in, and it punched through the fender. Awesome. 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 Okay. Well, I do have a shorter one. I don't know what it's supposed to go to, but whatever. You know, there's always a couple of extra parts. Okay. Note to self. I wonder if I even noticed that when we were doing it the first time, or if I just went ahead and freaking forced it on in. It's possible. Okay, to get this screw on, I definitely am going to have to take this off. Not too big a deal. I mean, that's a huge deal. Spare, how much for what wheels? What, the wheels that are on here? No. You could order Ben. You could order these wheels, send them to Travis, and have him do this exact same, or, you know, something similar, color scheme. I know I've pimped him out on here several times, Travis. They're the mock wheels with the demon rings. So you just order them in natural. I did these, I want to say, yeah, I did these in cinder, so they're more of a matte look, but that's what I wanted for this. Well, actually, maybe I will be able to get the servo in without taking the cross member off. That would be nice. I say that, then the eyelets are not really lining up. What the hell? God. So I loosened the screws on this end and tried to push the servo this way a little bit. I have this piece loose and I'm trying to push it that way as far as I can. And if you look in here, you can just see the holes. Where am I? Right there. They do not line up from the top. That is disappointing, to say the least. I can't push the servo over really any further because there is a little, even if I could push it over further, I don't know that I would really want to. This thing is starting to be a frustration. Man, what the heck? Seriously. Have we done something incorrectly? Let us check. I can't adjust that. I've got that pushed as far forward as I can. I don't think taking that off is going to make a difference. I mean, is there like one specific X-Acto time? Yeah. I was just hoping to have something just bolt in. Yeah. Damn it. Oh, I mean, why? Oh, you know what? It's an excuse to use this. We all remember this. I haven't touched this since we did the review on it. Actually, that's not true. I tried to use it the other day. What was I trying to cut? Doesn't matter. So much power. No, I can't get in there with that. I will destroy everything. Oh well, maybe another day. I tried. Let's see. X-Acto. Oh god. I don't even know. You know what? Something just rolled off. And it's gone. I think it was the cap for this. I actually think I may just pull this fender off really fast. If I can, or is it? Oh, it's bolted onto that. Shit. Yeah, I see a little nub in there. I still don't know if the servo is going to, well, it's going to be close enough. Whatever, man. So I cut off the smallest of the nubs that I saw in there, which was small. I don't really know how to quantify that, but why would they make this piece that short? I mean, this is a standard size servo, and with this collapsed all the way, the holes are not centered on this servo. Whatever. I don't know. Gonna be cutting more crap off, I guess. Let me see. Find out exactly what I have to cut off here. I'm gonna have to take that whole nub off. Son of a bitch! Well, this is only something you'd have to do once. Plus, I know you guys wanted to hear that sound. Oh, now it's over. Okay. The reason that I did that is because I'm going to take this whole thing off. So that I can actually get in there with that little cordless and really cut stuff out. Is that not everything holding this on? No, got something else. Oh, Patrick, who's in your mind, son? This will also make it easier for me to show anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about what the issue is. So the holes are set in here. Now you can adjust this and make room for a bigger servo, right? But as far as a small one, that's as small as you can make it. And this is a standard size servo. And it does not line up. Now, not only is it, I mean, it's off a little bit, right? But this part of the oil pan that Sean was mentioning seems to stick out and make the servo a little bit crossways. Could probably cut that off with an X-Acto, but actually we'll try that first. Let's see how soft it is. It may still be faster than that little cordless tool. It's just that there's a lot in here that I could see myself wanting to actually cut off, and I may have to get a sharper Dremel. X-Acto blade. Yeah, no. Let's see how fast this is. Okay, that softened it up a little bit. Let's see if that made it better. Oh, I apologize for not being on camera there, guys. That is hardest thing to remember about doing all this is to keep everything in focus. And to not stab myself repeatedly. And the cursing is also an issue. Let's see. So that doesn't really make the holes line up better, as I didn't think it would. I think there's enough there that I can get it in. It's still just an interesting interference point. Like, I really wonder what servo they measured this with. Of course, you know, it is the top of the servo, so I'm guessing a servo of a different shape might work better, but I mean, this one's actually even kind of tapered. Whatever. It's not the end of the world. Oh, it is the end of the world. Sky is falling. Let's see. Yeah, it almost seems like I need to cut off that whole piece to actually really give myself the room that I want. That seems excessive, but at least now it's thin. Nothing happened. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Move along. Okay, so just so that you guys can see what I trimmed off, it's just this little corner right here. Hey, maybe whatever servo you've got, that won't be a problem. On mine, it's a problem. Of course, if I had put the servo in when the instructions told me to, I wouldn't have to go back and now be reassembling everything. But, you know, that'd be the easy way. Let me find my top for this before I stab myself with it. Because if I don't have that thing on there, I will grab it by the blade. Which doesn't feel good. These two. Oh, this was my spare one. Okay. Okay, that was the front, so this must be the back. Was this one of those holes that was fun to line up? Oh, yeah. Wait, maybe not. What? No, it's all going together fine. What are you talking about? Oh. Well, I'm trying to get this front screw back in, and it's misbehaving. How did that even go in the first time? Are you shitting me? What is happening? There we go. Oh my gosh. That did not look like it was ever going to go in. I may have spoken too soon. Nope. What is the deal? Fun times. Okay, I'm going to have to loosen everything to give myself some slack, I guess. No, that's still not doing it. Okay. Further loosen things to give myself more slack. Man, this is like a fun jigsaw puzzle. So fun. Oh, it's not. Come on. Go on your home. So there's 3 pieces I'm trying to line up here, and the center one just is not complying at all, which is the bumper slash body mount whatever part. I'm gonna have to take off this front screw, see if I can figure out what is going on here. Doesn't make any sense, man. So these 2 screws are fine. These 2 screws. Oh, y'all are never going to see that. This hole right here is what I'm working on. And you can see those 2 holes line up perfectly. This one, the plastic, I am just basically trashing, trying to get the screw to go through there. I don't really want to trash it, but man, go in your home. Okay, so if I take off the front screw, I can get this screw to go in, but now I assume getting the front screw on is going to suck. Yes, but slightly less sucky. Okay, we've almost got the... Yeah. Remember when I said I'll just take this off really quick to cut some stuff? Don't let me do that kind of crap again. That doesn't make any sense. Why this is easy this way, but it was so hard the other way. What do I know? Okay, got that back. Now just, tighten some things. mean, you know, yeah, this would have gone on faster if I had followed the instructions the first time. But who really follows the instructions? No, you know, you burn up your servo when you have to change it out. Would be a bad time to be in the field with a servo that's like a different size, doesn't fit exactly the same. Good enough for now. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the servo in. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. That hole is going to be well threaded. I'm just saying. Okay. Man, oh man. God, I hope these things thread in easier. Yes, okay. So I'm going to put these two in first. That way, I don't know. I still don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference. I'm just surprised at how much space they had notched into the frame and how little there was on the other side. Yeah, I mean the holes, I think I'll be able to do that. So I would say the holes still don't line up like centered, but I think you can get screws in. That's all you really need. I would prefer for the holes to be a little more centered, but with these big pancake screws, I think it's fine. Especially if you're using all four of them. And thankfully these go in. Sean, did you say you're making your own servo extensions? I may actually, I have some old leads that are really long. I may just replace this whole lead coming out of the servo. I have to break the servo open to see how fun that is, but I don't know. I don't like having a whole lot of clunky wiring everywhere, but you know, if I have to use a little 3-inch servo extension, that's not too big a deal. And I guess, you know, if I do it that way, I guess it's probably better to use a servo extension simply for the fact that if you do destroy your servo out in the field and you want to just slap in a replacement, or you have to borrow a replacement from someone or something like that, you've got it. But I guess you could always just keep one in your tool bag. Okay. That was a celebratory, not a, you know. Oh gosh. I need things. I need a back massage. Okay. Oh, good. Yes, there's a spelling error in there. But you know, I had to rush to put that in there. How did I miss that? She thinks. No, thin it, whatever. Yay! So, servos. Sealed. Well sealed. It's almost like they don't want anybody getting in there. It's a conspiracy. tight fit. Man, this, I gotta tell you, it's got a good weight to it, considering what it is. It's so little. Plastic arms, which I guess it's probably fine. I mean, if you really need an aluminum arm in this position, you may need something else. No, I would have I would have liked to have seen it if they had somehow made it possible to sneak standard servos in there, just like as an option, just cause. But they didn't, so we'll work with what we have. This one, God, look, this little micro has just as long a lead as the big one. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty short lead for some reason. Maybe it just looks that way. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, we need to change pages in the oh, well, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not done with the steering. I have to put the servo horn on, which I should have done before I put the servo in. Celebrated too early. Damn. Let's see, Savox is 25 turn. Yeah. Actually, I probably, maybe I should wait. You know what I'm gonna do? Until I have the radio ready, I am only... Did they not send us a screw for that? Oh, that's not very nice. I am... Maybe that's what this is. It seems like it's kind of short. Yeah. I am just going to attach the servo arm to the... Can't think tonight. The drag link. And not the servo, because I don't want to power on my radio with everything completely connected. That's something else definitely to remember when you're working with the micro servos. Power on your radio, try to ballpark your endpoints and everything before you even put the horn on there. That way you do not destroy everything. Most of the time when you power on servos, they'll be pretty close to center, but sometimes they're not, and sometimes they spin around a little bit. Especially with one of those little micro servos, I could see you tearing some shit up. Booyaka shaka. You know, one thing I am curious about, where'd that Spektrum servo go? Not because I'm going to use it. Not. But I am curious to know if the teeth on these are the same. They're not. Okay. I was going to say, maybe you could use this with the Axial setup. No such luck. Well, I mean, not with this servo. I guess I could probably 3D print something. I don't know that I'll need the servo saver for this. We're going to find out. Let me see. Let me find the right page of the instructions. Here's some stuff off the workbench. Oh yeah, I guess we don't need these things. I will actually need the screw for the servo horn. I'm not going to use that. It's Phillips head. Who sends Phillips head screws? Who uses Phillips head screws anymore? That's like using an isolator. Terrible. It's not really terrible. But anyway, yeah. Yep. Things. Making progress. That's all we can do. I feel I've gone too far. There we go. You know what? Do you remember music class when you were a kid? Okay, look, I know some of y'all are still kids. A lot of you are a lot younger than I am, but I remember music class having those black, like whatever stands. That's what I need. I need a stand up here for the instructions to hold it up here. But then you guys wouldn't be able to see it, and that wouldn't be anything. So never mind. It's a terrible idea. Maybe not terrible. It's a bad idea. Whatever. Okay. We're not doing this. So that actually presents a unique potential issue. So these arms have basically, you know, some slide built into them. The nice part about this is it gives you a little bit of room for this linkage to move around. I kind of did something similar before, but I wonder what the best way. I guess we're just gonna have to use the arm that it came with, take some shit apart. So this is sitting up and that is going that way. So, you know, since these actuators aren't, I'm not linear, whatever, radial. This one's a little bit radial, but since the radius that this actuator, that the nub is on, it's different than the radius that the servo arm is on. So basically, if you bolt your arm straight to this and you're not using this little slot instead, right? Because the slot's going to make it go back and forth, but it allows it to travel like on a different radius. I need a whiteboard somewhere so I can just describe that, write it, not describe it. That may make things a little bindy. The only other option I could think of would be to take one of these arms and kind of wallow it out, you know, so that you are able to use a slot in there. So that is what I will look at. How can I do that? Let's see. Okay. Basically, you know, it's like you want to have a fork so that this can go back and forth, because as that pin goes front to back, you know, this is getting higher and lower, so it allows that to there's some sort of technical term for that I can't think of. First person to look it up and write me a 5-paragraph essay on whatever the hell it is that I'm trying to explain wins something. So anyway, what I will do is I will punt. No. Let me think. Now, if I if I had a bigger servo arm, is this a standard size servo? Anybody? Ugh. No, that looks a little small. If I had a wider servo arm, I think I could just wallow that out to fit around this without any issues. But you know, those are pretty close in diameter. So if I try to wallow this thing out enough to fit this whole nub, I don't think we'd have a whole lot of servo arm left. So what I think I'm going to do is cut the nub. I'm going to cut the nub, and I will put a, I don't know what that is, maybe an M2 screw in there. That way the slot that I make in here only has to be big enough for an M2 screw. That's my plan. I don't know that it's going to work, but that's what we're going to do. Don't try this at home. Or do. Whatever. Do what you want. It's freaking America, man. For some of us. For the rest of you, it's freaking Australia. or wherever. Canada. England, Ireland, all that stuff. Italy. Good times. Let's see. So if I'm going to do that, I want to see where I want to cut this. Hey, you know, this thing is also, oh, that's going to be really hard to show. If you look down here, this is also not perfectly, I don't know, parallel, perpendicular, horizontal, whatever you want to call it. It's kicked in a little bit. Not a huge deal, just interesting. What was I looking for? Something to cut that with. Dare I use that thing? No, I think we don't. I think we'll use this. I want to see how much I want to cut off. Cut it like right there. If the things that I've been saying about this haven't made sense yet, just stick around and you will see what I'm talking about, hopefully. Plastic was harder than I anticipated. This is going to be super fun. I don't know. Oh! I wonder if this has any juice left in it. A little bit. Not much. You guys happy now? So the batteries that are in here are garbage. I have some new ones that I need to charge. But hopefully this will be enough for me to wallow this thing out the way that I want to. Let me see what holes I want to use here. I'll start there. Go there. So I'm starting off just by drilling these holes out a little bit bigger, and then basically what I want to do is I want to connect them and make a slot. Yeah, there's way better ways I could do this, I know, but how does that happen? When I blow on little chunks of stuff and they get back into my mouth. What? Wind is coming out of my mouth the whole time. Gotta go see Patrick. What? You lost me, Sean. Oh, I get... Thanks for watching. See you later. Yeah, tonight was definitely a late start. I did a horrible job making a slot in here. So, you know, just something to keep in mind that you definitely can jack this up. And since these reef servos are not a standard size arm, I don't know how easy it is to get these little replacement arms. Actually, wait, he sent me a bunch of arms. So we got lots of them to mess up. It's probably a good thing. This actually might be a good time to use that crappy little kickapoo freaking thing. If I have the right tip. Just the tip, though. I know I need to save that for the after-hours show. Let's see. Is there like a little... Yeah, there we go. Actually, can I use the same size collet? That might be the same. So much power in this thing. This is going to be fantastic. Where'd my arm go? There we go. My arm. My servo arm. Now I feel like I am going to screw with my kids and tell them that due to the lockdown, dentistry is now going to happen at home. Probably hard to see that against a white background. I will do my best to make this somewhat visible for you guys. And yes, that's how much power it has. I can just stop it with my fingers. Okay, so again, I did not do a great job. This is not perfectly straight, but I think it'll be enough to give you guys the idea of what I'm talking about. That's not the right pin. Oh, where is it? Oh my gosh. I'll put that way back there. That's not nice at all. Maybe I've been around for a little while. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, so if I've put those remotely, if I made my slot remotely in the right place, just cut stuff all over the place. Then this will make sense. If not, then whatever. I also need to screw the servo in, but so yeah, I just put an M2 screw in here. It's not the tightest, it's not the loosest, but to give you an idea, that will still work. So that's lock. If we come forward a little bit, we've got freewheel and then four-wheel drive. And it actually looks like the slot is going to be good. Yep. Splendid. That will make more sense. Thank you, Randy. That will make more sense once I have it all installed and good to go. It's not so, Randy, this isn't going to, the slot isn't going to make up for not having a servo saver. For that, like I said earlier, I don't know how long you've been watching, you really want to have your endpoints adjusted correctly and shift on the fly is what I suggest. But for fixing those the double radius, I guess, of the two different arms, right? Because the servo arm is not as long as the lever itself that's attached further down. And yeah, I mean, it's not that far off, but it's off enough that you want to have some up and down in your servo arm. The other thing that I had noticed was this lever the nub that comes off of it is not actually flat to the horizon of the chassis of the truck. So having a little bit of side to side room, which is like, this, isn't going to hurt anything. That's my thoughts. I could be wrong. It's happened so many times. Let's see. Okay. So I guess with the Savox servo that they recommend, there's just one hole. The Reefs has 4, so screw placement's going to be different, I guess is what we'll say. But it should still work just fine. This is also an M2, I believe. I try to keep stuff in the camera for y'all. So bad about that. It's hard sometimes to keep things like in camera and still be able to see what you're doing. Okay. It's interesting. Some flex. I mean, it's not all metal, but that's probably not a bad thing. Have a little bit of flex in there. So, time for some water. That's one. Wahaha. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So, let's see if I can do this. So we're at lock right now, right? So if we wanted to come forward, and then I don't know if it'll let me come forward another one without power actually being applied. Not really a good way to grab all of this at the same time. So power, there we go. So I would say I may want to, oh no, actually that's okay. Yeah, no, I'm okay with this. This is working out. That'll be fine. That'll do, pig. And now we have one more of those little servos. Well, I look forward to trying these. Where is the other one? There it is. So on this one, let's see how this one is set up. So this definitely will be more of the same. So because you're going to have a completely straight, so this one, it's not that it's two different radiuses of travel or arcs of travel. This one is completely linear and the servo is going to be on a sweep. So we'll definitely have to do the same thing. Not too big a deal. Probably want the arm. There you are. Okay. So I guess the first thing I want to do is I want to check to see about which holes I'm going to be using. I suspect it's going to be the same thing. Well, so I know the servo is supposed to go in this way. So on the Reefs, you've got the plug on this side. Is it the same on the Spektrum? Yeah. Maybe their plug is a little different. You know, this reef servo is taller, but that can only mean there's better things in there. So to get the reefs in, I may have to do a little bit of trimming of the plastic that's down in there, because this has a little, you know, waterproof or whatever, the rubber isolator. So the servo doesn't want to go in the same way. It's gonna fight me. I can't flip it around. No, I can't get it out. Come on now. Break me out. So this actually may be a good way for me to try to show you guys what I'm talking about, but it'd be a whole lot easier if I could get the servo in there. And I really don't want to force it in there, but I may have to. It's actually, is this gonna? You know, I didn't think about this, but with the reefs being taller, it may not actually even drop all the way down in there anyway. It is not going to drop all the way down in there anyway. Just throw it around. So, can I do it like this? So what I may do is put it in upside down. Which kind of sucks for center of gravity purposes, but can I even get it in that way? Let's see. Well, that may not work either, because I need to have so the bottom of the transmission kind of comes out closer to the side of the chassis. So let's see, what are our other options? Oh, this actually will spin 360. Interesting. Let's see. Well, if I try to get it in there, I guess I could always put some spacers. Ugh. Decisions. I'm just slinking down in my chair. Totally unprofessional. While I'm thinking, I'm going to put this screw back in so I don't lose it. Here comes the sound. Hey, Gregory. Well, I can't do that because the arm's not going to be long enough. We're going to lose all of our motion. It doesn't want to go in this way. Yeah, maybe I may try the Spektrum servo here. I just want to see if it fits more easily. Oh, remember how I said I thought the other lead was short? Where's this going? Nowhere. Nowhere at all. So this one drops in further, and I can get it to line up. So nobody's going to be cutting a hole in their skid plate to put this other servo in. So that means our options are to try this Spektrum servo with all of their servo saver get up and everything like that. Which actually, you know what? I will take this opportunity to show you guys what I'm talking about with the slot, because I can actually do it with this one, I think. Maybe. I'm gonna have to brainstorm on how to get the other reefs in here. So right now, all I can think to do is to space it up a little bit since it's taller. Actually, you know what? Oh, do that later. Let's see. Of course, since the reefs has those 4 mounting holes, I may be able to just have the servo sit over a little bit closer to the transmission, which might help me fit it in. We'll see. Eventually. Perhaps. And that sits up really high. Yeah, that sits up high anyway. I'm sure it's even worse once I add all this garbage on there. What am I thinking? Is that a 2.5? Yep. Okay. Or I'm sorry, that must be a 2. So basically what we did with the other one, with the white one. So this is springy, but so look at where this screw is up down, right? The vertical location. As we shift forward, it's going to turn a little bit because this one's able to turn. Do I have to put some power in here so I can shift? I can see how this would all be a problem. Oh wait, are we in dig block? No. 1 4-wheel drive. Where's my 2-speed? Did that change? Yeah. It's actually going to be harder to describe than I anticipated. I think I did a good job describing it earlier, but maybe not. There we go. So, okay, so when the shifter is all the way back, this is completely vertical. If you shift forwards and you make this vertical, it would actually be located like that. That doesn't look like a whole lot, and it doesn't really matter as much for this one because that whole arm is able to pivot like this. This one doesn't have that ability, so it actually seems to me more important to have a slot on this arm than on this one, I guess. This one, I don't know that you'd actually really need a whole slot. I think you just need a little bit of wiggle room. Anyway, holy crap. So, having said that, looking at how high this contraption, servo saver, sits up and everything, I think I probably could get a reefs down in there and just put some spacers underneath the ears, and it'll probably end up being about the same height. So I will work on that. But for now, we've got all of our servos in. Like I said, I didn't do the motor because we're not doing the speed control. So I think this is actually probably a decent spot to stop for the night. Not forever, obviously. So we ran into a couple of bugs getting the servo in. Hey, maybe it's because I'm not running officially recommended parts. I don't know. The reefs for the dig actually went in fairly easily. Just make yourself a little slot. It's going to be a little bit different to get the reefs in for the 2-speed transmission. I kind of think I might be okay with a Spektrum servo there, though. I know they aren't as durable. They don't have the power. It's got a servo saver on it. So I'm still kind of debating that. You know, maybe I'll run the Spektrum there, and if it craps out, then I'll figure out how to get the reefs in. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions, please let us know, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. Not sure if you want to subscribe yet? Check out one of these videos. Thank you for watching.